Hey everyone, TapDawg here with Little Alchemist Helper. I'm jumping into the what event are we even on? Food event, yes, the food event, and talking about that for the Beginner's Guide series. As you can see, almost everything is gone in my house now. I am moving in just a few days on the 5th, so because of that, this is pretty much all I've got left in this house. This is my little streaming setup, but I wanted to make sure I got the this up and uploaded for you guys before I moved. So with that being said, let's jump into this. And I am just about there. I just need to do one battle to get the food card. So we're going to do a normal battle here against Francois. And let's just look. I never do this, but let's look at the treasures here. I only have the one because I've still not been able to finish any more portal events besides the one you get from Anna. I just am unable to play on my computer here since I work during most of the day and I don't have this computer next to me. So unfortunately that means that I don't get to finish this. So I just want to look at these rewards. I've had people ask me, what should you spend your keys on, or the whatever you want to call those. They're called keys even though they look like a diamond. But the event that you actually want to spend these on is not this event. The top priority is going to be the monster event, which is coming up. I think it's the next one or the one after this one. Yeah, I think it's two away. And because the card that's the best of all of these event cards is Monster Slayer. It's a 35 attack, 20 defense critical strike. So I actually recommend taking your time, waiting until you've completed all of the bosses, gotten all the keys, until you have at least 20, but probably preferably closer to 30 keys, because there are 28 cards that you can get from each of these bosses. And once you get one, that's out of the pocket here. So like Punchy, there's only one of those. Blue Bull, there's only one of those. But some of these gold cards, you can see there's 2 of each of those. Food, there's 2 copies of that. And then these upgrade boosters, there's actually 4 copies of those. But primarily what you're looking for is the diamond cards from these packs. It's actually a bummer if you get the combo card because you get that for free. You're wanting these diamond cards because this is really the only way you can get them. So top option is Monster Slayer from the Monster event, just because it's the best critical strike that comes from any of these, and critical strikes are important for your arena deck. So that's the first thing. Next thing that could be useful is actually kind of a flip a coin type of a thing. One is Anna. She's in the bear event. She is a 32 attack, 28 defense critical strike. So she's actually technically stronger than Monster Slayer, but she doesn't do as much attack. But she's good for like late game arena where you want to be able to do damage to your opponent but not take too much damage. Because I think when you use her against a sniper, she gives out 44 damage and she receives 44 damage. So it's kind of a little bit less than if you had 2 snipers going against each other and they do 53. So that is a little bit of a nice thing. But the other one that could be useful, and it's actually in 2 different events, is going to be Laser. And so that's in the science event with Albert, and then just a couple events later, Lucy with the energy event. So some people like doing that because you could potentially, if you get like Laser on your first draw from the science event, you might still have enough keys left when Lucy comes around to buy it there, and then you get those in the one shot rather than having to wait another 5 months for your second copy of it like all the rest of the cards. So those are your top 3 choices. Monster Slayer from the Monster event, Anna from the Bear event, and then Laser from the Science and Energy events. But I just wanted to show you guys these. I don't recommend buying them, especially if you only have one. You want to save up till you have at least 20 plus. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Okay, jump into a battle here. We are doing our fight against Francois. I just got home from my in-laws' house. We're living a lot closer to our in-laws. We're about 5 minutes away from them instead of 45 minutes away. But I went back and forth a few times today delivering boxes and moving things over there, so I am exhausted. But it's a good day. As you can see, it's really not difficult. Francois does a lot of defensive combos, and then he has that hot chili pepper that comes out every once in a while that's high attack, low defense. Here it is, Hot Pepper. So typically you're able to beat him fairly quickly because of that. Again, using the Elementalist and more of the higher defense cards is able to get you pretty good, pretty far with that. All right, so I got the food card. Now, unfortunately, because I was out of town when Villain came out, I am still researching it. So I'll go to that in a second. I'm just going to put this in my deck. I always recommend as soon as you get the card, put it away so you don't accidentally recycle it. All right, sorry. Let me get myself back to deck number 1. So let me look at my research here. So I'm almost finished with my Villain research. I'm doing the gold cards right now. So Villain and Bear, Villain and Time, and then this is an old one. This was Villain and Werewolf. I think that was my last of my regular ones. So I'll finish these guys up probably tomorrow. Well, obviously not tomorrow for these guys, but meaning I've got 2 more combos, and then I'll start with my food. But I do have to level up food real quick, and I don't have enough dust. And I'll talk about that in a second as well, but I actually took out a lot of cards from my deck. I had a lot of level 3s in there that just, I felt like they were holding me back in Arena. So I took those out, and now I still have a couple level 3s in there of the silver cards, but I think all of the bronze level 3s are gone, and now it's just level 4s and fused cards for the most part. But I'll show you my deck in a minute. It did have about 53 cards, and I think it's down to about 37 now, so it's a lot smaller. I only have 1 human in there now, too, because it was just not a good card for me. I'm going to click Recycle here. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have 148 or so dust in order to level food up, but, you know, like I said, I've got another day or 2 before I'm actually going to start researching it because of how Villain played out for me and being on vacation, so it's not the end of the world that I might not have all the dust right now, because I need 70, and it looks like I'll probably get about maybe 50 if I'm lucky. I don't even think it's going to be that much, yeah. So I'll be able to get it up to level 3, and then tomorrow I'll be able to get it to level 4, which is fine, because it'll still be level 4 by the time I start researching it. Food is one of the powerhouse cards from these events. I'd say Space and Food are probably your top options, and then Bear as well. But the problem with Bear is it just doesn't have enough combos. That's not a problem for Food and Space. They're both above 100 combos each, so pretty much every card you got is going to be able to combo with it, both of those. But let me search for Food real quick. There it is, and always make sure it says upgrade just in case you don't want to recycle. And continue on. There is one other thing I wanted to show you guys too, and I tried to record this the other time, and my audio was not working, so I didn't actually get to record that. Is food level 3 now? Okay, it is level 3. Okay. I'll come back to you in a minute too. So let me sort this. So it says I have 37 cards in here, and there's a bug that can happen, and I talked about this before, but I wanted to actually show it to you guys just so you could understand it and see it. So I upgraded my Void to level 5, and then I upgraded my second Void to level 5, and I fused them. And when I fused them, I got the fused card, but also one of the level 5 Voids stayed in my deck. So if you have this happen, this is actually a phantom card. It will still show up in your deck, like when you play in battle, but it doesn't actually exist. And let me show you how. Just to prove my point, I'm sorting this by alphabetical. I'm going to go to Void, and you'll notice here's all my Voids. I've got a fused one, a level 3, a level 2, and a level 1. I don't even know why I have a level 2. That's silly. I must have accidentally done that. But my point is I don't have a level 5. Right? I've sorted this alphabetically, so it would show up right here between these 2 cards, but it doesn't actually exist. So if you have this happen to you, don't be a cheese and don't leave it in your deck. What you're supposed to do, the right thing to do, until they can fix this and solve it, is just remove this card from your deck. When I do that, it will disappear, no longer exists. I go down to my library here, I sort this alphabetically, look for Void again. Oh, it's going to show here because I haven't left. So let me go back again, go down to my library, sort alphabetical, go to V for void, and now it's gone. Just because I hadn't left the screen, so it technically thought it was still there, but now it's gone. So that's the right and honorable thing to do. You can leave it in there. No one's going to know besides yourself, but in my mind, it's a cheesing way to try to play the game. I don't like it. I don't think it's right. So now my deck's down to 36 cards. I like to leave it at 36 instead of 35 because I'm always fusing cards. And if you only have 35 cards and you try to fuse, you'll get a pop-up saying you can't do that. So with 36, you don't have that pop-up show up. So that's my personal preference. You can have it down to 35. You're just going to have to remember to put the card in there when you fuse and then take it out, which just is not worth the time or effort to me. So I've got these guys all sorted again. So you'll see mostly I've got level 4s or fused cards in here now. I do have a couple level 3s like this Knight here because it's a strong card, and the Magic here because it combos with those metals. Prehistoric and Superhero as well. But everything else is level 4. Once I finish leveling up food tomorrow, my top priority is going to be getting these silver cards up to level 4. And then once they're all up to level 4, I'll start fusing again. So I've taken out a lot of duplicates in here. I even have an extra metal that was taken out. So I have 3 fused metals. I might put that one back in as I continue to level and research cards. But for now, I took it out just because I didn't want to have... When you get fewer cards, you'll have more chances to... have hands that are dead because you have 3 copies of the same card. So I'm trying to limit it to 2 as much as I can, but it's becoming a lot stronger of a deck. So let's just show that off. Let's go to Arena. And I'm still hovering in the diamonds. Right now I'm in Diamond 1 because the number of players has dropped, so it's harder to get higher up to Diamond 2 and Diamond 3. Even though last season... with 150 stars, you'd be in Diamond 3, I believe. Right now, you're in Diamond 1. So that's part of the problem. When the population drops, it's harder to get higher. I do think if you're free to play, it's going to take you at bare minimum 6 months to get up into Masters, just because of how not, I don't want to say difficult, but just how weird it can be. Sometimes you can be doing really well and get really good combos, and other times you just have bad hands. So again, when I'm looking at my options here, I'm looking at their health. Obviously, 35 guy is going to be having a little bit of a stronger deck than the 32s. And then I just have to choose myself if I want to use Z-Master or Jamazing here. And I think I'd probably do better against Jamazing, hopefully. I don't know. It's kind of a roll of a dice between these two guys, but we'll see. So open this up. This is actually a really great starting hand. I can play some really good combos off of this. So I'm going to choose this guy, and I can see it can do a 25-24 or a 22-17. I also know he can do the 25-24, but he's got a defensive card here and an attacking card here. So I'm going to use the sword with the bear to start with. And it looks like Jamazing might be a little bit of a strong player here, so I might have some difficulties. Since I got a fused superhero, I'd like to use that first. And I do want to look at my options here. I think I'm actually going to use this time option, even though this is the default option and it gives me the highest total score. If you add 23 and 31, it's 54. This one's only 51. It's a higher attack, so I'd rather use this one and then use the defense one on the next turn if I need to. Okay, I guess it was not the best idea there, but it's okay. So now I think I'm going to do this option. I'd rather do a little bit more attacking. It wasn't the best idea because now I'm hurt a little bit, but it's okay. We can play a defensive combo here and kind of stall out a little bit, get to do a little bit more damage. Now we're all tied up again, but this is probably where I'm going to lose because this is my best combo I can do. No, I'm still in it, and I think I'm still winning. Yeah, I'm winning by 2. And then I'll play this combo, and I think I'm still winning by 3 now. And so now I just need a defensive combo, and that would win it for me. So let me see my best defensive combo here. 16, 16, or 15. Okay, I think I'm going to play this combo and hope for the best. Ooh. He is going to kill me, unfortunately, so that's a tie. Yeah, sometimes it happens. I'm going against players that have final forms already, which is just a frustration. All right, so I'm going to look again. So I've got a player with 30 health here, one with 31, and one with 32. I can't remember what these various... This is Gobbler, so this is just a boss you can beat. I'm a little concerned with a 30 healther because that tends to be the people who are cheating, don't use their health all that much. So I'd be concerned about this one more. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to do Gobbler because I can't remember what Robin Hood comes from. And I'm going to hope for the best here, but I don't know. Could be completely wrong. Okay, I'm going to keep this hand because I know that that's a good starting combo there. Okay, we're doing well. We got his health down about half. And then we are going to be able to, I think, yeah, neither of those is a good combo. Time is just a horrible card. Going to get that down a little bit further, and then hopefully we will win right here. Yeah, I think that's a win. All right. So I'd rather tie than lose because, again, a tie does not lose stars for you. But obviously you want to win. But if you know you're going to potentially lose, see if you can tie, stall it out, play a defensive combo for another turn if possible. So anyhow, little by little, we're getting up there, getting higher and higher. We're really close to Diamond 2 right now. Probably another round would get us up there, but I want to finish off my battles here. Something else I've been asked is, once you get the gold combo card, should you stop playing heroics? And the answer is no. You want to keep playing heroics as much as you can until the event is over, because the event is actually the best way to get dust per energy. So it's more efficient than Dr. Robo. It's more efficient than anything else. However, if you are starting to lose, can't beat them, then it's advised to stop. Go back to Dr. Robo for a day, level up your cards, get yourself just a little bit higher, research some more combos, and then come back the following day and keep going until you are able to beat them. So I think losing once can sometimes be a fluke. Maybe you just had a bad hand, you had a bad draw. But if you lose twice in a row, it's kind of a sign that you're not ready to fight that certain level of that boss. Typically, tier 21 or 22, I think, is where the hardest each boss gets because that is where they get their maximum health. In terms of difficulty, I think it's tier 17 or 18 that they get their hardest difficulty-wise. The only thing that they have happening after that is getting their health increased. So that's true for every boss. So if you can beat them at about tier 21, tier 22, you should be able to beat them the rest of the way. They're not going to get any harder than that. That's not to say you might not lose because you have a bad hand or something bad happens occasionally. I'm actually going to play this one, just a little bit higher defense on it. But don't get discouraged. Again, you want to get as far as you can because every 5th win gives you that huge level up bonus. So right now I'm 2 out of 5 on this one. When I get all the way up, you get those 300 extra coins, and that's really what helps you here. But if you look at the rewards as well, at tier 25, you get those upgrade boosts. That's 72 dust right there. Very, very useful. Very, very helpful. Again, I typically am able to get up to tier 25. I think last event, even when I was gone, I got up to tier 28 or tier 29. Just not able to get to tier 30 just because I can't play enough to do that. But for you guys, as long as you're able to play at least 3 times a day, you should be able to get up there. It might take a little bit more than 3 times a day, but it gives you a rough idea. So I think that's going to be it for this one. I do want to still show you guys how to build your deck. I made that extensive video previously, so if you look up how to build a deck on our channel, you will find that video. It's about 30 minutes long, but it goes into depth on how to build a whole deck. What I'd like to do, though, is after I finish my first round of these portals, I want to come out with a video showing the best deck you can have after 1 round of portal, and then also after 6 rounds where you've been able to fuse all of your gold cards. So I think I'll be working on that in another month or 2 once I finish all this. Also, just some housekeeping for you. So obviously I'm moving. I might have a little bit of a delay next week because of that, but I'm also going to be traveling for work all of July and August and even part of September. So if I do create videos, they might be not as good quality. I might be doing them from my hotel room. Just a heads up for you guys there. And if I'm a little bit delayed or anything like that, it'll probably be the reason why is because I'm working long hours and working in a hotel. So anywho, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you again real soon.